friends, it's Allison. I hope you're having a super merry day so far. It's almost Christmas and I just hope you are spending time with your family or at least just listening to some Christmas music and drinking hot cocoa like me. I just brewed up a nice cup. Ooh, I need to not spill it, but I want to show you guys of salted caramel hot cocoa. So cozy. Drinking hot cocoa is just one of my favorite things to do to get into the Christmas spirit, even though it is currently like 85 degrees outside in Florida. But what are you gonna do? So I am so excited to be filming a Q&A today. Thank you guys who asked me questions. I really appreciate it. You guys always ask the best questions too, so I'm really looking forward to answering them. I'm going to start with the ones that you guys asked me on YouTube. I love the new YouTube community feature. It is so neat. I can just do polls and ask you guys questions there. So if you guys want to be part of that community, you can actually turn notifications on. So I'll show you how to do that here, so that every time I post, you guys will get a notification, and that'll just help you see the post, because I know it's probably like hard to see it within all the other subscriptions and stuff. So if you're interested in that, that'd be cool, because I actually started a Facebook group like that I wanted to invite you guys to, but now that YouTube has that community, I think it's just perfect, and we're already all here, so I'm gonna use it. Okay, so I'll start with those, and then I also asked for people to ask me questions on Instagram as well, so I got quite a few there, and I'll go to that second, but I'll probably only film for about 30 minutes max, because I want to be respectful of everybody's time, and I know people don't really want to watch a 45-minute Q&A, or maybe you do, I don't know. So I'll probably make this about 20 or 30 minutes. Okay, first question is, what is your favorite Disney and Universal treat? And this is such a good question, because if you know me, you know I love treats in general. I would have to say my favorite Universal treat is butterbeer, and I feel like this is so common, but it is just such a unique treat, and I'm so disappointed in myself because I still haven't tried hot butterbeer, which is what I was really looking forward to try when I was interning at Universal. But I love the frozen butterbeer. If you guys have tried butterbeer before, let me know what your favorite is. You can either get frozen, regular, which is cold, or hot, but hot is only seasonal. So I'd have to say butterbeer is my favorite at Universal. And then at Disney, it's really tricky because I have lots of favorites there. I think I'm just gonna have to go with the Mickey Premium Ice Cream Bar though, because that's just what my mind immediately goes to. And my favorite part of the ice cream bar is actually the chocolate around the ice cream, because it is kind of, it's not milk chocolate, it's totally not milk chocolate. And I love all chocolate, but dark chocolate or like semi-sweet chocolate is my favorite, because I like it when it's a little less sweet. And it tastes like dark chocolate to me on the Mickey's Premium Bar. Let me know if you agree, because I just love that about those treats. So those are my favorite. Great question. Okay, next question is where to get creative juices flowing. And this is an awesome question, because I feel like it is really tricky to stay inspired or just really feel like you are always in a creative state of mind. And I certainly am not always feeling creative, and I definitely go through my own creative funks myself. But in order to stay creative, I really make a point to create time to allow myself to be creative. And these past few months, I have not had that much time. Besides at work, I was able to be creative, so that was amazing. What a blessing to be able to be creative at your workplace. But really just make time for yourself, whether it's waking up 15 minutes early and doodling or writing something or editing a video. Truly just try to make that time for yourself. And I would also say to really surround yourself with people and consume things that make you creative, because I know now we're just always consuming on social media. And be intentional with who you're following or who you're spending your time watching or stuff like that. And after you consume content, I guess you could say, just kind of reflect and see if it is making you better and making you feel more inspired, or if it's bringing you down and making you feel less than. So that's kind of what I try to do, is just be really, really mindful of that and what I'm consuming, and make time to be creative. And I personally love Pinterest, for instance. I truly am such a fan of Pinterest, and I feel like every time I go on Pinterest, I am a little more creative, or I am inspired by something and I want to recreate something, or something I see sparks an idea in my head, like, oh, I could make this DIY or something like that. So I recommend Pinterest and just making time to allow yourself to be creative. Okay, next question. What is a major or the main thing on your bucket list? I love this question. So I would say, oh, this is tricky because I have a few things. Obviously, I really want to travel. I haven't even been to Europe yet, which is just disappointing to me because I thought I would have made it happen by now, but I haven't. So I really, 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 really want to go to Europe. One big bucket list item would be to visit all the continents, even Antarctica. I don't know, that'd just be really cool to say that I've been to all the continents. So that'd be really neat. Another big bucket list is to graduate from college, and I also want to be a mom. So those are like 3 huge things. And another, like, you asked for one, but here I am telling you like 5 different things. But another thing I would love to do is visit all the national parks in America, because we have so many beautiful spots here in our own home state. Well, if you're not from America, but I'm from America, and there's just so many beautiful places. I mean, I spend a lot of time thinking of other countries and how much I want to visit them, but there's also beautiful places here, right in our backyard. Okay, next question. What advice would you give others who are looking into the production major, and how to grow your social media? Great question. So I do have a couple videos about how to grow an Instagram and stuff like that, but I mean, I provide lots of tips, but it's just like not about that. When I think about social media, I just think it's such a cool opportunity to share your story and share your art. And yeah, it's cool if other people want to follow you. That's really flattering and stuff, but it truly, I encourage people to focus more on the art of social media and creating different posts or creating videos, and just look at it as an art form instead of a competition, if you will, or a seal of approval by society or anything like that. But I do have a couple of videos that I will link in the description if you're looking into some tips of how, you know, I grew my social media following. And again, like, who knows if these tips really, really are the core of why social media platforms grow, but they're just kind of what I've gathered. And in regards to the production major, if you have a passion for the entertainment industry or television production, I would highly suggest you look into it. I actually have another video all about my major too, so I will link that in the description as well, because I've gotten a lot of questions about that. And in that video, I kind of dive deeper about my production major. Okay, next question. How many kids do you want someday? Names? Question mark. I love this question. If you don't know me, I love kids so much, like so much. I grew up babysitting and teaching Sunday school, and my favorite age is the toddler age, when they can talk and they just say innocent, sweet things. It's just the sweetest ever. I pray I'll be able to be a mom someday, but I would love maybe 3 or 4 kids, I'm thinking. I actually am an only child, so I had a great childhood and I'm thankful, but I do love the idea of a bigger family and having siblings who can kind of entertain each other and be best friends. So I think 3 or 4. And names, I'm totally one of those people who wants to keep their names a secret because I think everyone in the world will steal them because they're so brilliant. But yeah, it's a secret. You'll have to wait and see, like, in a lot of years. Not anytime soon, but you'll have to wait to see. Okay, next question from Sabrina. Who is your favorite YouTuber? So, this is tricky because I have such a wide variety of YouTube videos I love to watch. I love the Tim Tracker. He does theme park videos, and I just love theme parks, so it's really fun to watch his theme park vlogs. And I love Peter McKinnon. He teaches you, he has a variety of different videos. He does vlogs too sometimes, but he teaches a lot of different photography and videography tricks and Photoshop tricks and Lightroom tricks. He's just a brilliant guy, and he shares a lot of his knowledge, which I'm super thankful about. And I also love, who else do I love? Oh, I love so many. I love Kristen Johns. She's just a beautiful person, and I love her videos. But again, I just love such a wide variety of YouTubers. Okay, next question from Madison. Do you miss UF and the football games when you were away on your internship? Totally, completely, yes. I always tell people I love Orlando so much, but I love UF. So whenever I am in college, I find myself missing Orlando. And whenever I'm in Orlando, I find myself missing University of Florida. So you can't win, but actually it really is such a win because I have two places that I love so much and two different homes where I just feel so welcome and inspired in both of these places. So yeah, I do miss it, but then again, like, I'm living, this past semester I was able to live my Orlando dream. It was just really cool. So it's bittersweet, totally. Okay, next question. If you could choose to either work at Disney World or Universal Studios, which one would you prefer and why? Such a good question. So if I'm being totally honest, I love both of the companies. I think they are both amazing and treat their employees fairly well. I mean, my experience at least has been really, really great with both of the companies. One thing about Universal, this is such a tiny thing, but I loved it, that their employee cafeteria is super cheap. Like, if I got lunch at work one day, it was only $3, and I would get like a big salad and then a slice of veggie pizza, and it would be $3 something. But at Disney, that would be like $6 or something. It's totally random, but I don't know, there's things like that make me really love Universal and feel like they really care about their employees. Not that Disney doesn't, because they do, but like little things like that really made my heart just grow for Universal. But at the end of the day, I am such a Disney girl, and I have such an affinity for the Disney brand, and I've worked for the company for 3.5 years now, and they really made my dream come true of being able to be in entertainment at Disney World, and I just am forever thankful for I guess Walt Disney for making it a thing, because it's really just been the coolest experience. And I would have to say, at the end of the day, I will always be a Disney girl, and my heart will always pick Disney over Universal, just because it's such a big part of me, and I have such a history with Disney. And my mom, she's even worked for Disney for 27 years. So I've grown up always going to the Disney parks, and again, I just have such an affinity for the brand. So I'd have to say Disney, but again, I love Universal. I'm so thankful for my experience there. Okay. Next question from Nora. What would your dream job be and where? Okay. So I would have to say my dream job, I love social media, and I had so much fun working. I loved everything I did at Universal for social media. So I would definitely say my dream job would be in the social media field. I would love to have a little more flexibility. I don't want to work in an office every day. So I'm still kind of figuring out my dream job, to be honest, but I would love to make videos like this and do other things as well. I don't know, maybe I'll never have one specific job, but a collection of different jobs I do, and maybe that's my dream job built all together. I'm still figuring that out, so I'll let you know when I get my dream job, but I definitely think I want to stay in the social media space. Okay, Kobe asked, advice for staying positive. It's a really good question, and I could talk a lot about this, and I actually do have a video I made a while back that's how to be happy and positive, so I will link that below too, because maybe that'll help. But at the end of the day, like, my faith keeps me really happy and grounded and emotionally stable, if you will. So I would say, really, if you are someone who is a believer of God, really just developing your faith some more and surrounding yourself with people with like-minded values. And every time a negative thought just comes to your head, because they are going to come to your head, negative thoughts come into my head all day, but the thing is, you can't give in to them, because that's just this world. That's like the evilness of this world. Negative thoughts will always come in your mind, but if you're really mindful and just become aware of those thoughts entering your mind, be like, shut it down immediately. That's what I try to do. As soon as something negative comes in my mind, I'm like, bye, get out of here, negative thought. I'm going to turn this around and we are going to be happy and be okay, because at the end of the day, everything you're worrying about is probably so small in the long run. So if you can learn to shut down those negative thoughts and replace it with happy, positive thoughts and look on the sunny side of the street, I really believe you will develop a habit of that. So it really just starts with, right now, the next negative thought that comes into your mind, shut it down. And I really truly believe if you can learn to do that every single time a negative thought comes into your mind, you will be more positive. So hopefully that helps, and I'll try to make an updated video about just being positive and stuff, because I know I'm thankful to have a mom who is just super, super positive all the time. So I've always had that example in my life, but I know not everyone has that, or sometimes it's easy to fall victim to this world and all the negativity that is just surrounding you. But you got this. I know you can be positive. Okay. Next question. How do you and Brandon maintain a healthy, loving relationship? From Mari. Okay, so Brandon is just the sweetest human ever, and he is like such a godly man, and he's just a really good person, honestly. And so that's the number one thing, is when you're in a relationship with someone, if they're not a healthy person who is just living a good life and is happy themselves, it's really hard to be happy with them. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be with someone who's going to build you up, and it's hard to build other people's up when you're not built up yourself. So the first thing is, like, I'm just really thankful to have a boyfriend who is just a good human, like a great human, who is just really happy and kind and has a really good heart. So really, it's easy because I feel like I am that way and he is that way, so just putting us together, we're just two happy people and just encouraging each other. So I really believe it starts with yourself and your significant other's self, and once you two are ready and like healthy and happy, I think that's all you need. And again, we really just, our faith is a big part of our relationship and has really just made our lives easier, because once you have God in your life and in your relationship, it just goes better, simply put. Okay. Who is your all-time favorite animated Disney character? Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to choose this? Okay, I'll have to say Rapunzel, just because she's my spirit animal, I guess, because she is just the best. Like, I know many of you will agree with me. She is just the greatest ever. So I would say she's my favorite, but I love Pascal too. I love that whole movie. And I really love Up. Up is my favorite animated movie. My favorite Disney movie in general, actually. Rapunzel's my favorite character. Okay, next question from Michael. What's the main reason you started making YouTube videos? Great question. So YouTube is always something I wanted to do. Since I was really little, I just thought it was so cool, and I've always loved making videos, and I used to be an actress and stuff. So I've always loved the entertainment industry and loved creating little videos. So it was always in the back of my head and a dream on my heart. But in my freshman year of high school, my freshman year of college, again, I'm studying TV production. One of my professors said, if you're a production major and you don't have a YouTube channel, what are you doing? Like, you need to have one. And I was like, oh shoot, okay, well, let's do it. So that was really just like the encouragement I needed. And it wasn't really encouragement per se. It was like, do this, hello, what are you doing, crazy person? So once he said that, I really just made it more of a priority. I took it off the back burner and was like, okay, let's do this. I'm gonna make YouTube videos. And I love it now. Like, I am so addicted, if you will, to making YouTube videos. It's just super fun for me, and hopefully it's fun for you guys. But really, I think like one of the main reasons I love it so much is because of you guys. Seriously, because you all are so kind to me, and words of affirmation are my love language. So every time I post a video and you say kind things, it really just keeps me going, and it just means a lot to me. And whenever I know I'm going to make a YouTube video, I wake up in the morning just so excited to make one, and it just makes life more fun to create videos. So that's kind of why I started. And by the way, thank you guys for the sweet comments on here with the questions. I'm not reading them because I don't want to just read every single one out loud, but they're really, really sweet, and they do mean a lot to me. Okay. What's the best way to network with someone you've never met before? Good question. So I would say now, since we have social media, we have such a luxury of being able to slide into the DMs. So I would say, like, never be shy of that. I know I personally try to answer all of my messages. Sometimes it gets a little tricky, but I try my best to answer them. And yeah, so never be afraid to do that. And networking, I know there's lots of different events. If you're in college, there's tons of events you can go to and network there. Also, if you're in a city, there's always networking events. I know if in Orlando, SAC Comedy Lab has a networking event. They just had it, I think. So keep your eyes peeled for other opportunities like that, and Google. Like, hey, Google your city. Like, let's say I'm in Orlando networking events, and see what pops up. I think that is just a super simple way to get out there and put yourself out there. Okay, Ashley asked, who is your favorite Disney prince? Flynn Rider, hello, duh. Really though, he's my favorite. End of story. Okay, Nick asked me, how's the University of Florida food on campus? Good question. I don't know. I never eat it. Well, I do sometimes. Like, they have Chick-fil-A, and they have Pollo Tropical, and they have Croutons, which is a salad bar place. Those are like the places in the food court, and they're all good. I mean, chain restaurants. But the cafeteria food, I had it at orientation, because like every person has to eat it during orientation, and it was good. It was really good. So I think it's probably good. But the thing is, I just live off campus, so I just cook my own meals because I like to as well. And I feel like my cafeterias can be dangerous because I would just eat everything and eat all the cookies every day. So I just cook at home, but I hear pretty good things. It's cafeteria food, but it's not like high school cafeteria food. It's definitely next level. Next question. I'm a freshman at UF and I'm still trying to learn my way around, and was wondering if you had any tips on how to get involved or the best way to make new friendships. Amazing question, and go Gators. So I would say joining clubs is truly just a simple and easy way to make friendships, because you will join clubs that you're interested in, so like-minded people will be in that club as well, which I think is so cool. So I would definitely encourage you to do that, and go to events. Just get out there. Don't stay in your dorm. Just push yourself to get out there. I know it can be scary, but once you really just go out of your comfort zone, I really have faith that you will find other people who are looking for friendship as well. Okay. So Julia and Rachel kind of asked the same question. Julia asked, what is your favorite thing about college? And then Rachel asked, what's your favorite thing about UF? And this is so simple. I would totally say my favorite thing is the freedom, because not the freedom to go out and party because you're away from your parents, but the freedom to be creative and just learn. Because in college, you have less responsibilities. I mean, you probably don't have a full-time job. Maybe you do. Props to you if you do college and a full-time job. That's what I did last semester, but you have so much more freedom to learn, and you're surrounded by other people who are going after their dreams too, and trying to learn and figure this world out. And I just think it's such a cool time in life to be around everyone else who is following your dreams. And everyone that I've encountered at UF, for the most part, really supportive and just want you to follow your dreams as well. And I feel really confident and comfortable with everyone, whereas I can just be myself, and I won't be worried about being bullied or making fun of because people are much more mature, a little more mature. So I feel like there's just such a creative freedom to just do what your heart is telling you to do, and you have lots more time because you don't have all the responsibilities of the real world yet. Okay. So, next question, do you ever wish you had siblings? Kind of talked about this when I was talking about how many kids I want. Again, I'm like super happy with my life and the childhood I had. I'm thankful, but I think it would have been nice to have maybe a sibling or two, because it's always cool to have like a lifelong BFF that's your blood, you know? I think that's super special. But again, like, everything happens for a reason, and I'm not like bitter that I don't have a sibling, but I think it'd be cool. And there were a couple times where I maybe thought of it like, oh, I wish I had one, but not really. Like, it definitely doesn't linger over me or anything like that. Okay, last question. I'm really nervous about all the schoolwork and hard tests because I get a lot of anxiety when it comes to school. Any advice? And this is from Emma, and she's about to be a college freshman. Emma, I would have to say just stay organized, stay on top of it. When you feel overwhelmed, make a to-do list and pray about it. That's what I would do. Pray about it and just start crossing every simple little task off, and just put time to study and find study spots that inspire you and make you feel refreshed. I love going to coffee shops, or sometimes I'll sit outside on campus, and I'm really just able to focus better there instead of like in my room on my bed. You know what I mean? But you totally got this. Okay, that is all of the questions I'm going to answer today. I know I didn't get out to all of them, but I will save them, and I will plan on filming a January Q&A when I am back in college. Eek! Thank you guys so much for watching and always being so kind and supportive to me. It really means the world to me, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye!